Hey guys, welcome back to Hawk Talk. This is Saaketh, and today is going to be a little bit of a different video. In about 15 minutes or so, Abhi is picking me up, and we're actually going to the Seahawks training camp. Today is Wednesday, August 4th, and we're gonna, give you guys some data, you could call it, from the Seahawks training camp, and talk to you guys about what's really going on and what we like, what we don't like, and just have a good time at the Seahawks training camp. So yeah, he should be here any minute, so I'll see you guys there. Gerald never got another catch. Wait. Abhi.
I don't know.
Hey guys, now that you've looked at some of the clips and pictures from the Seahawks training camp, here are some of our thoughts pretty much of what we thought about what the team was doing and certain players. So
yeah,
Saaketh,
we weren't able to get too many clips because they were on like the other side of the field, so they were like a good distance away, and there was like players blocking on the sideline, so we weren't able to see everything, but we were able to see a pretty decent amount. So one thing that I think was really good, obviously this was the training on August 4th, Wednesday, August 4th. The defense is playing really aggressive. It was a huge turnover day for the defense, which means I think there was like 2 interceptions and there was a fumble and whatnot. And then while they're doing drills, me and Abhi both noticed that the defense is playing a lot more aggressive once the ball gets to the receivers, and they're jumping in front of the ball a lot more than they used to. They're also not playing too much press coverage. They're getting back a little bit, 5 to 7 yards back. So they're giving enough like room for the receivers. They're giving like a good amount of room for the receivers. But
yeah, it feels a bit more like zone.
Yeah,
instead of press.
It's like zone, but more aggressive, which is something that I think is really interesting because it's just a new concept, I guess you could say.
Yeah. One thing I kind of saw from the offensive side of the ball was that there was a lot more motion before the ball was snapped, and there was a bit. I feel like I don't know if this could be true or not, but I feel like there was a bit of a different cadence from Russell Wilson, and like it was a bit longer. I'd say and that could probably be to get defenses to jump off sides. But from what I saw, there was a lot of movement before the ball was snapped.
Yeah. Also, like in like agreeing with what Abhi said, it's a lot more balanced. I know that last season they called it balanced offense, and previously years they called it balanced offense, but it is definitely a run-heavy offense. But this time it's actually like really balanced. It's like 2 passes and then 2 runs, and then another 2 passes, or they mix it up. They do like 1 run, 2 passes and then another run. Or it's just a lot more balanced with how they're running the offense. And also, there's a lot. They kind of it's a little bit different of a tempo kind of thing because it goes when they're passing, it goes like short pass, and then deep pass, or deep pass, short pass, deep pass. So like they do like a few 5-yard passes and then they go deep. They hit him with a bomb, which I think is really interesting because it can throw off a defense's tempo and momentum because like they can get adjusted to the 2 short passes, and the next thing you know is DK Metcalf running 30 yards deep for a bomb. Or they get adjusted to the deep bombs, and then it's just Tyler Lockett catching a 10-yard pass for a first down.
Or they could hit him with a run once they go deep a couple times.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that could really affect defenses and keep them on their feet.
Yeah. Another thing is Gerald Everett is looking really good. I know, obviously, it's training camp, so, I mean, everyone looks pretty good. Even a bad player can look good in training camp. But Gerald Everett, I think he had a few good catches. He's doing really good. I really think that he's a great weapon for the Seahawks. He's really good at getting open and securing the catch. And speaking of tight ends, Abhi, you want to tell them about Kobe Parkinson and what kind of day he had?
Oh yeah, he looked like he had a really good day. Obviously, they were on the far side of the field, and we couldn't really see them. But he looked like he was getting open. He was making moves, and he was catching the ball, and he just looked like he was having a great day. Hopefully, that could translate into the season, which would be really amazing for the Seahawks. Also, back to Gerald Everett, I think he's like really acclimated to this offense because he's been under Shane Waldron for a couple of years with the LA Rams. So I think he kind of knows the schemes a little bit better, and he's a bit more comfortable. So I'd say about around week 4 or 5, the whole offense should get acclimated to the rest of to the offense, and everybody should be clicking this season.
Yeah. Moving on to the secondary on the defensive side of the ball. Cornerbacks were looking really good. I think Trey Flowers is a lot taller than I expected, just FYI, he's actually pretty tall. But yeah, he had a really good day. He had a few pass breakups. Same with DJ Reed. DJ Reed was moving around a lot, and the cornerbacks were communicating with each other. And talking about communication, Bobby Wagner also was being like a great leader like he normally does. He was like telling the cornerbacks what he saw, and then they were talking to him. And it was a lot of communication before pre-snap, which helped with the turnovers that we mentioned earlier.
And also thinking about like this is Bobby Wagner's first season without
KJ Wright.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that really shows that he can be a leader on defense. And he was talking to the younger guys, and when we were watching some of the drills, he was talking to them and explaining like the ins and outs of the defense and stuff, which was really nice to see. And also, there was this one clip that we recorded with, which was showing Jamal Adams in press conferences, like Pete Carroll and a lot of the players said that his energy was contagious, and I could really see that in that clip. He was like dancing and having a great time.
Yeah.
And hyping everybody up, and that was just nice to see.
Yeah, he was. I think we did include the dancing clip earlier in the video, but he kind of spread the energy around, and he was like, hyping up the players on the field and whatnot. So yeah, another kind of small thing, but I think it could help the Seahawks offense. Rashad Penny. So Rashad Penny got drafted, I think, in the first or second round in 2018, and he was supposed to be. I believe
it was the second round.
Yeah, I think it was second round too. He was supposed to be the main guy for the Seahawks, and Chris Carson was drafted in the 7th round, but it kind of flipped because Chris Carson became the number 1 guy after Rashad Penny got hurt and whatnot. But Rashad Penny and Chris Carson kind of split carry somewhat. Rashad Penny was breaking a few tackles and bouncing stuff to the outside, which is what we saw when he played. So that's kind of like a good sign that he's healthy and maybe he's ready to go for the season if the Seahawks do end up using him.
Kind of going back to the offense, DK Metcalf is like way faster when you're on the field and looking at him, because there was this one play where he was going deep and he absolutely just burned Trey Flowers, I think. And it was just really nice that it was just like really surprising and eye-opening, I guess, to see that he's so fast, because he's fast on film and in the games, but in real life he's way faster and way bigger, which it was really surprising to me.
Yeah. And speaking of wide receivers, I think Tyler Lockett also had a great day. He caught a few passes, doing classic Tyler Lockett moves and whatnot. And Freddie Swain also had a good day. So I think all in all, this was a good training camp. I think the Seahawks are looking good for this next season. I really think that the Seahawks are really close to getting a deal with Jamal Adams. I'm pretty sure they said their projections will make him the highest paid safety in the NFL. They want to keep Bobby Wagner, the highest paid linebacker, or the highest paid defensive player on the Seahawks. So I think a good contract would be $7 million per year for Jamal Adams. To make him, I think, the second highest paid on the defensive side of the ball.
$7 million for 3 or 4 years would be pretty good, and I feel like that would be really beneficial for the Seahawks.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they're not going to trade him or anything, because they gave up 2 first-round picks for him, which that they're going to get a contract with him. It's just a matter of time, and I do expect him to be playing I do expect him to play the entire season if he doesn't get hurt. In another news, the Seahawks play the Colts Week 1, September 12th, but Carson Wentz has a foot injury, and he has to undergo surgery, and same with offensive lineman Quentin Nelson. So those are 2 very, very major offensive players for the Colts. So, I mean, obviously we do hope that Carson Wentz and Quentin Nelson get better, but they are expected to miss at least 5 weeks of the season, up to 12 weeks. So the Seahawks will not have to face Quentin Nelson and Carson Wentz. So I think it's going to be interesting to see if their pass rush without Quentin Nelson can do much better, and who the backup quarterback is, so then the Seahawks can game plan for that.
So I don't want to throw shade at Carson Wentz. He's still a really good quarterback. He has a few solid seasons with the Eagles, and he has good mentality. He wants to win. It's just he needs to get acclimated with the offense, with the new offense, and I think he's going to be good to go once he gets back.
Yeah. So I think that's it for the training camp news. It was a good practice. So coming up on August 14th is the first Seahawks preseason game. So we will do a quick review of that game, just because it's preseason, so there's not much you could say, but we will do a quick review on that after the game. And then August 21st is the Broncos, and August 28th is the Chargers, 3 preseason games. And then, like we said, September 12th will be the first regular season game with the Colts. So you can expect weekly reviews and matchup videos from us.
Yep. We hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more, and thank you for watching.
Hawks. Thank you for watching. Go Hawks.
Saaketh.